What's going on, guys? Majority of you may have already seen my other video about the show round of the car, my Mustang. Today I just wanted to do a little personal review about the 2011 Mustang and what do I think about them. And if you're out there, maybe that's what brought you to this video. You're considering buying one and you're looking for reviews about it, and are they reliable, are they fast, will I be happy with the purchase? I'm trying to buy it for my son, for my daughter, and all that stuff, type of deals, type of situations. I'm trying to daily it and stuff like that. So is it worth it and whatnot? So that's the few things that I want to talk about in this video. If you're just trying to see the car, you can check my other videos out of whereby there is less of talking and more just showing the car and whatnot. But basically, this is a 2011 Mustang, obviously, and it's a V6. It's not a GT, so if you're looking for a GT, move on to the next video. This is not a GT. But I want to talk to you guys about this car and let you guys know, if you're out there, you're looking for one, you're considering buying a GT or buy a V6, which one should you go for? I looked at both. I looked at the 05 GT before looking at this. And honestly, even from the guys' even perspective view, when you guys look at the old 01s, I believe, or 2002 to 2009 Mustang GTs, they all produce 300 horsepower stock. They max out, and that's the GTs. This guy right here produces 305 horsepower stock, and this is a V6. So if you're looking at the older model ones, you have your insurance is going to be high on it. It's going to be higher anyway. Your gas as well is going to be terrible on it. And on top of it, the servicing it and all that, just because it's a V8 and it's a GT, it's going to be more expensive. So, and that's the older models, guys. This is what I'm talking about, the older models. Now, for the newer models, yes, they'll probably be faster, and maybe that's when you might want to consider going for a GT. But looking at it that way, I thought to myself, okay, why should I go do that then? Right now, this V6 is producing more horsepower than even the older model GTs. And it's a V6. It's going to be better on gas. It's going to be cheaper on insurance. So, heck, let me go for that. Let me go for that instead. So, henceforth, I went for the 2011. Do not get the 2010 if you're thinking about this is going to produce 305 horsepower as well. No, the 2010 3.7 V6 produces 210 horsepower, not 300, 210 horsepower. So it's slower. Why did they do that? I'm not sure. I didn't really research into why that happened. But from the 2011 and up, that's when it goes to 305 horsepower stock and go, whether it's an automatic, whether it's an 5-speed manual. This is an automatic. It's not a 5-speed manual. I wanted to get a manual, but I couldn't get one at the price I was willing to spend, money I was willing to spend. So that's one thing you guys need to look at. Parts on these cars are not that expensive. They're decent. They're not like BMWs and all that stuff. So there's so much that you can do to it. The parts out there, it's out there. Aftermarket parts out there for Mustangs, there is a lot of options out there. It's crazy how much parts that when you're shopping for, you're trying to customize your Mustang, the things that are out there just for it. And it's not that crazy. The price is not that crazy. So that's another thing you need to look at. Now, coming to the fact that do you want to buy it for your kids and whatnot, the V6 Ford, a lot of people, every Mustang basically, if somebody sees you, people that love cars and all that stuff, they see you in a traffic light, they're going to try and race you. I've had this happen so many times to me that it's ridiculous. I stop at a red light and somebody just pull up next to me. Next thing, he's revving his engine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have other people that be telling me, bro, I love the Mustang. Man, I love your car. Like I be at the gas station, I be at stoplights, I be even at the car wash, and I got people telling me that they love this car. They love what was done to it, how it looks, and all that stuff. So, yeah. I mean, like I said, the options are out there. Some of you may like it, some of you may not. Um, but if you're trying to customize your car as well, you're thinking about that, buying one, trying to customize it, yeah, it's a good deal. But that's what I'm trying to say is when you go to that point, people are going to try and race you and they will beat you. So even though it produces 305 horsepower, to me it's still slow. I don't really race, but maybe me coming from an Infiniti G37, maybe that tells me a lot. I always got to hit at least 65 to 80 miles per hour for this car to really be pulling, for it to be going. And if you look at it, a lot of other people also have the same issue. It's you got to put your foot down for it to start kicking off. I mean, the start of it, once it takes off, it goes. That's one thing about it. But it needs a little push to it. Yes, you can supercharge it. So yes, you can turbocharge it. So if you're thinking about doing that instead, maybe yeah, you can do it. To me, it's not worth it in that point of view. Then why go and buy a V6? Might as well just buy a GT in that case, or buy another car. So I don't see the point of going and spending all that money and turbocharging it. And yeah, it looks good, it sounds good, and all that stuff, but still, I wouldn't do that. So that's one thing you guys need to look at. It's so tempting as well to try to put your foot down in these cars as well. So you're buying it for your son, you're buying it for your daughter. Most likely they're gonna put their foot down. So you got to be careful. And we all know how Mustangs are. Their handling on the cars are terrible. These these crashes that people keep talking about, Mustangs showing videos, crowd busters, Mustangs running into the crowds at car meets and all that stuff. That's not a joke. That's not a lie. It's true. The handling is terrible on this car. You can lose control of a car real quick if you don't know what you're doing. So you have to be very careful on who you're putting who you're giving this car to. So if you really trust your son and daughter to be real careful to that point, then yeah, it's a good idea. If you're buying it for yourself as well, I mean, yeah, it's a good idea, but you got to make sure you know what you're getting into. So the 3.7 motors, that's for the 2010 and up, they're reliable. They're good. I mean, they're reliable. They're still decent in power. Like I said, the 2010 does produce 210, so that's really on the down low. I don't know why they did that, so that's why I'm suggesting that maybe go for a 2011 and up, so you can at least have 305 horsepower. Because like I said, even this being 305 horsepower, I'm still disappointed in it. So really thinking about people having the 2010, they're pissed off. And if you look at it, there was so much of it for sale for the 2010. People don't hold these cars. Like if you look it up, you're gonna see a lot of people with the 2010 low miles, with low miles selling it. They're just getting, they're selling it not because the car is not good and all that stuff. It's because the car is too slow for a Mustang. And if you're driving a Mustang, you still gonna it's a sports car. It's a muscle car basically, but still, people, you want it because of power. You want the car to take off once you put your foot down. So those that have the 2010, a lot of people, I see that even the group I'm on, a lot of people end up getting disappointed that they bought the 2010. They're pissed off that Ford did that to the 2010. So that's one thing you guys need to look at as well. Insurance is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad either on these cars as well. But if you're going for GT, I really suggest go for 2011 and up GTs. I did not look at the 2010, But I will really still suggest go for the 2011 and up GTs. If not, might as well just get your 2011 V6. I mean, if you like the older body style of the Mustangs, that's great too. I still do like the older body styles as well, but in that case, I would really just get a GT instead of getting a V6. But when you go over when you go over 2011, when you go into 2011, then buy that. If that's the body style, the 5th gen, that's the body style you're looking at, go for 2011. Whether it's a V6, whether it's a GT, it's still good. I mean, if you're buying a GT for your son, if you're buying a GT for your daughter, there's a huge chance they're going to have an accident in it, because they're going to be trying to show off with their friends. Somebody is going to tempt them into speeding, showing off the power, racing them and all that stuff, and they're going to be stubborn. They're going to do it, and wham. Like I said, the handling in these cars aren't that great. You need to know what you're doing. But if you're thinking about the sound, a lot of people said the sound is terrible on them. Listen to this and tell me, what do you think? If you think this is terrible, that's a V6, guys. It's a V6. It's a BBKX pipe on it, but still, it's a V6. To me, that sounds real good. And I have my tuner that I can, put my Ghost Cam tune on it. Sounds way much better. It sounds so much better. I just returned it to stock. The tune back to stock. That's it, because I didn't really like the shifting when I go into Ghost Cam tune. The shifting there is a little off. I didn't like that. That's the only reason why I put it back. I went back to stock. But yeah, you can tune these things as well. You can get an SCT scanner, which my 07 that I had the same thing. You can get an X4 SCT scanner as well, and you can tune these cars so easily. It's so simple. Yeah, you can take it to professional dyno tuners and spend like $500, $600, $700, $1,000 on tuning the car, or you can get one of those SCT scanners. There's so many scanners out there. I don't have any complaints with my SCT scanner, to be honest, and I have the X4. My 07 I had the SCT scanner as well. No complaints on it. It tunes it right to my perspective. It tunes it right. It tunes it good. I don't need no super tuning and stuff like that. No, unless if I go to the point that if ever, which I don't think I will, ever I sit down and going and saying that, okay, I'm gonna put a supercharger on it, then maybe yeah, you'd have to take it to a professional tuner and all that stuff just to be safe. That would be your best idea. But hey guys, I mean, for me, why would I? So let me know what you guys think. And the interior is terrible, so I know I gotta get it detailed. The seats just hold dirt. Get the leather seats, guys. Don't get that beige cloth seats. Terrible. Or get some sit covers, which I'll probably do that instead. Get some really nice sit covers for it. But yeah, guys, that's the Mustang. Like I said, you can check out my other videos on it. Let me take her back. It's sitting in coilovers, as some of you might be thinking. Oh, that's sitting real low. Like, is it your tires? Nah, coilovers. I got coilovers on it. Body kit as well. You can see the front lip, side lip, rear, HIDs on it, which these HIDs suck. Terrible at night. Need to upgrade those HIDs. But yeah, fog lights as well, HIDs. No, it's dirty right now. It's really dirty right now. But yeah, guys, I guess this is where I'm gonna kind of like cut the video. And nobody's paying me to do this, guys. Nobody pays me to do any of my videos. I wish they would, but nobody is paying me to do this. I do these things to try and help people out there, and obviously, yes, I would love to get paid for it. Who hates money, right? So yeah, I appreciate some likes, guys. Subscribe if you can. If she's still with me, I'll still do some more videos as well, whatever you guys want. I mean, I'll do some more videos on it. I'm not taking to the drag race or anything like that, so don't be thinking, oh, take it to a drag race. No. Like I said, I don't race my cars. I'm more of a show guy. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments, and I'll hit you back. I do respond to most of my fans, I would say. Most of the comments I do respond to, questions that you may have. Most of the time I respond to it. If I don't get to you, I will get to you soon, but I'm not saying it's gonna be like months or anything like that. It might take a day or so. Others I will probably be within an hour or 30 minutes or so. Sometimes I might be on YouTube at the time. So and if you hit me a comment, then I'll just respond to it immediately. So yeah, guys, that's the Mustang. One more rev before I go. Yep. Alright, guys, I will see you on the next video. Have a good one.